Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And once again, quick disclaimer, I'm out of town in a hotel, currently doing this video in the hotel bathroom just to try to get some quiet. Wife and kid is in the other room, so you may hear some background noise. It is what it is. So here we are, man. The next blog here, the new Madden Mechanics, DB and wideout interaction. So we'll talk about this just a little bit. And again, man, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already read these blogs. It's not a whole lot for me to, bring to you that you don't already know, but I just try to give you my quick thoughts on what I'm seeing here and, of course, my experience with it, just to give you a little idea of what to expect. Now, I like the one right here, man. They talk about the highlight coverage. You didn't really hear me talk too much about that prior, before this. So I'll go ahead and read that one, and then we'll go down to some of the others. But basically, the highlight coverage indicators an on-field assignment that tells your user control player about his assignment and pass coverage based on the play call. Now, when applicable, you'll see lines linking your player to the receivers he should be leveraging in his zone and also in man coverage, as well as a recommended path. The arrow will basically show you where you should be moving to properly leverage your target. This tool is critical in learning all of the right reads and pass coverage and can be easily toggled on and off via the visual settings menu. Now, the reason why I like this is because I like the user, the linebacker. I also would prefer the user, the safety, and even the strong safety. Now, I played football. I actually played strong safety and I played linebacker in my career. So I know coverages for the most part, but at the end of the day, when you're playing Madden or playing a video game, you don't always remember what you should be doing. You kind of just go where you want to go. So the reason why I like this is because for guys like myself who like to use the guys in coverage, at least you can have a better understanding of where you should be. Even if you know the play, y'all know what I'm saying. The video game mentality still creeps in. But at least this way, even if you know the football, you know the coverage, you still can see an aid to at least tell you, well, you're supposed to be around this area just to get an idea. And then, once you got it, you cut it off. So I do like that. It helps, teach people who are not up to speed with that, where they should be covering, where they should be playing. Because, you've always heard guys who try to use it and then they get so mad when they get burnt and things like that. Now, at least you'll know why. All right. So, of course, in the past mechanics, there's a couple other things here. I'm not going to read this whole information here, but it's actually allowing you to press. I said pass. I meant to say press. The press mechanics. And, I told you guys this when I came back from EA Play. You have the ability now to, manually press down or press guys to a certain, if you want to chuck them inside or outside or what have you. Now, what I thought was key, I'll read a little bit of it here. It says the interactions triggered are completely contextual based on the coverage called from your playbook. It says you'll see chucks in zone coverage and presses in man coverage. When using the press mechanics, there's a risk and reward to the decisions you make, so you make sure to decide what you want to take away when pressing and use your teammates' help to your advantage as well, because it also says the animation variety will be decided by the strength rating matchup between the two players, while the win-loss result is the matchup between press versus beat press release. And for the first time in Madden's history, you can also press tight ends. And guys, I got an opportunity to see this as well. I tried it, definitely tried it down at EA Play, and you can now press tight ends. And when it says manually here, I don't want it to throw you guys off here, because when I use it, it's not just like me controlling the guy and pressing, but you can also assign a press to the tight end. So I want you to understand that as well. You can also assign a press to the tight end, and you can manually get in there and use the mechanics as well. So I think that's great. Now, the wide receiver release mechanics, guys, I'm going to be very brief with this. I'm not going to go through each and one of these, but as you can see, there are a few release options. You have the just go release, conservative change up, aggressive foot fire, and also standard release. Now, here's a chart down here basically showing you the move, so you can study that for yourselves. I think it's great that they included this. This is something I saw when I was down at EA. And I was like, man, we need to get this to the, the community. So I'm glad they're able to share this, so you'll be able to use this as a guide so you can remember. Now, the key thing to know, there's a couple other things here. You got the cut out of press mechanic. You got the route running and cut move mechanics, and the call for the ball. That's for the receiver. I was actually able to try some of these out. Shout outs to my boy Anto the Boss. You know, him and myself attended an event months ago, and we were actually testing this one-on-one, and we saw some amazing things. I mean, we both were able to create some amazing route combinations with Antonio Brown, as well as being able to lock each other up with the press mechanics. So you're definitely going to see the benefit of that, and it is, you know, designed mainly due to MUT squads, but it is used in every mode of the game. So of course, if you're playing CFM or you're playing against a CPU, you can still utilize all of these mechanics. And also, here's the big one right here, because a lot of people have been asking this question, and it's right here in the blog. And I told you guys this also back in June. The AI control players will be using the same mechanics. And with them, it'll be based heavily on their assignment and the given play call and their relative ratings to each situation. Alright, so when you're playing against the CPU, you're going to see these things play out. And again, it's going to be based on their ratings, their relative rating to the situation and the play call assignment. So there you have it. Alright, so, you know, just another quick piece of feedback here. You know, just giving you guys, you know, more context to the blog. But yeah, make sure you read it, man. If you haven't read it for yourself, go check it out. I don't know if you're able to read it here while I'm scrolling, but I will put the link in the description. And there you have it. So we'll wait for the next one. Probably the next, well, not even probably. I know for sure the next blog that I'll be discussing is the 3 play styles. All right, so there you have it. If you haven't already, guys, y'all know the routine. Make sure you subscribe, cut on your notifications, and I promise it'll never hurt you to hit that like button. All right, guys, until next time, we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.